Welcome to Wow Vajiha Women's College of Arts and Science, Kyle We proudly present personal quality. It's your personality. Who are you? Identify yourself. The Department of Business Administration, we, the Shiros of Business Administration, proudly presents on personality development. The following are the facilitators who are going to facilitate you with the proud topics called 2F for Life by S.A. Rahmat Amina Begum, Head and Assistant Professor, followed by Jar of Life by S. Kartika, Assistant Professor, and Self-Awareness Life by Dr. D. Hepzibah Vincia Joyceli, Assistant Professor, and Delaying in Life, A. Aisha Muzzamila, Assistant Professor. These are the parts you are going to enjoy in today's session. Let's start with 2F for Life. What is this 2F of life? Yes, this is nothing but two main things in your life. Let's see one by one. Forgetting? Are you having a habit of forgetting people, or are you having a habit of forgetting? Congratulations, you are the best personality. Yes, forgetting your grey part is the best personality in things. What are the things you need to do for forgetting? Three main things you need to do. Number one, engage, stop, impress, spirituality. Engage yourself in a good things to improve yourself. Stop, impress. Never try to prove yourself because number one, no one is perfect. Number two, no one wants you to be perfect. Always prove yourself you are the best because you know what you are and what you can. Put your heart and soul to spirituality. Trust God Almighty. The second F is forgiving. It's a main part of life. It's not easy. You know who will forgive? The person who has unconditional love. The person who has softer, who have a kind-hearted and easy to bear everything. These are the person who will forgive. If you have that tendency, again I need to congratulate you. How can you forgive somebody who has hurt you? There are 8 main steps you need to follow. Move on to the next act. Yes, don't be there forever. Move on to the next step. Reconnect to spiritual activities as I have told already. Don't go to sleep angrily. Don't hug your pillows with tears and fears. Switch the focus from blaming others to understand yourself. Yes, always understand what is happening in you. Avoid telling other people about what has happened in your life because nobody is perfect and nobody will trust or nobody will accept what has happened. Learn to let go and be like a water. Water will go as it is. It accepts what are the hurdles it comes in your life. So please accept what has happened. Take responsibility for your part. Yes, don't think that your grey part is by others. Sometimes you may be the responsibility. Accept the responsibility. Let go of resentments. It's unfair treated. So those who have treated you unfairly does not mean that you need to replicate the same. Just forgive and go. You will be happier more than them. How to handle this 2F, forget and forgive. So these are the 5 things you need to follow. Recall, yes. Recall the situation, but does not mean that you have to recall again and again. It's very tough to forget, but it is very easy not to think about that. Empathize, being in other position and think what has happened. Altruistic gift. You know what do you mean by altruistic gift? Yes, that is nothing but forgiving because true apologies come from you. You always say, I'm sorry. Be the first to say sorry. Say that it's my fault. Then say, what can I do for you? So these are the things you can help others to forgive and forget. Commit yourself in good things, that is engaging yourself in so many good activities so that your grey part or barrier which you have come across will vanish from your life. Hold on. Yes, hold on. What is happening around you? It does not mean you have to go to the past and dig your past and your future will be spoiled. Just close that dig and move on to the next step. So these are the way you can handle your 2F. Don't forget this 2F in your life to develop your personality development.
I am Kartika. In our life, there is only 24 hours in a day. Within that time, how we are going to fulfill our priorities. So, the concept of the jar of life is how we are going to set our priorities. For that, we need to know how to manage our valuable time. So, this time management matrix will help you to manage your priorities according to your schedule. So, first, it is the urgency of the matter, whether it is urgent or not urgent, and second by its importance, whether it is important or not important. By this we can create the time management quadrants. In first quadrant it is urgent and important matters like emergencies, crises, deadlines, etc. to be completed. It may lead you to work at the last minute. It makes you more stressful. To avoid these type stress and conflict, we need to schedule before itself. So this quadrant is will make us to be stress. In second quadrant it is not urgent but important, so here we can focus and spend our time on. We have some time to plan. It creates opportunity to learn, improve yourself, and also our relationship with people. So this is the best way of scheduling our priorities. The in third quadrant it is urgent but not important. This is where most of us sit. For example, we are in outing with our family. At that time we are receiving a phone call. It deviates you from what you should be prioritizing at that moment. Because it's urgent, we need to attend the call, so we need to reject in these type of cases. In fourth quadrant, it is not urgent and not important. In this quadrant, we are wasting our time. So nowadays we are spending our time in WhatsApp, Facebook, playing games, etc. So if you limit your time on these activities, it will help you to achieve your goal. So the aim of this matrix is to achieve the real progress in your life. So if you need to achieve the real progress, you must be in the second quadrant. So it means you can lead a stress-free life. You want to schedule and plan according to your priorities. So don't postpone anything. You need to schedule to do. So after scheduling, you have time to plan for that. So time management is necessary nowadays in this pandemic situation.
Dear learners, in this session we are going to see about self-awareness. How do you feel? Yes, I am really asking you. How do you feel right now? Take a second to think about it. What comes to mind? You might realize you are curious, neutral, calm, nervous, confused, sad, annoyed, thirsty, or impatient. Regardless of what the answer is, if you were able to come up with one, you are self aware. Self awareness or introspection is the capacity to recognize your own feelings, behaviors, and characteristics to understand your cognitive, physical, and emotional self. Self awareness was first coined in 1972 by Shelley Duvall and Robert Wickland. It is a fundamental tool for self control. Tasha Urish, a researcher and psychologist, came up with two categories of self awareness. Internal self awareness, it is how clearly you see your values, passions, and aspirations, and how well those standards fit with your environment and your reactions. External self awareness is the ability to clearly see how other people view you. Areas of self awarenesses. Take a look at the awareness wheel. Let's pick an issue and run it through the wheel so you can see how it works. The awareness wheel consists of sensory data, thoughts, feelings, wants for self, others, and us, actions. Ways to improve self awareness. Ask for feedback. Then only you can identify or modify any incorrect views that you have established yourself. Recognize your strengths and weaknesses. This allows you to sustain your strength and work on your weaknesses. Self-reflect. This unlocks thoughts and emotions that might otherwise be disregarded. Monitor your self-talk. Make sure that your self-talk is positive. Practicing saying no. Set yourself a goal for the number of temptations you will resist each day. Saying no may not give you immediate gratification, but instead long-term gain. Practice meditation and other mindfulness habits. Take personality and psychometric test. Take these personality and psychometric tests to help understand what traits you have. One of the most effective tools for developing self-awareness is the Johari window. So it was developed by Joseph Luft and Harry Ingham in 1955. This Johari window consists of four quadrants: arena, facade, blind self and unknown self. Open self. This quadrant shows the behavior, motives, attitudes, knowledge, skills of an individual that he is aware of and is willing to share it with others. Blind self shows the state of an individual known to others but not known to him. Hidden self shows the state of an individual known to him but not known to the others. Unknown self is the mysterious state of an individual neither known to him nor others know about it. So, this Johari window is also known as feedback or disclosure model of self awareness. Becoming self aware is a starting point for self improvement. By getting to know your strengths, weaknesses, feelings, and emotions, you can start living actively rather than passively. You will experience better relationships, formulate better strategies for improvement, and find greater peace with yourself. You can start practicing with mindfulness exercises and scheduling time for yourself. Do you have any tips for practicing self awareness? Share them with us. Thank you.
In this session, we are going to see about delaying in life. An interesting fact about time in reality is that we cannot stop time. In a sense, you cannot manage it, but we can manage ourselves, our habits, our perception, our relationship with time. In order to handle delay, we should try to understand what is procrastination. Procrastination is a putting off doing something until a future time. The word procrastinate is coined from the root. Pro means forward and cras means tomorrow. So procrastination is a huge gap between what is intended and what gets executed. Main causes of procrastinations are a fear of failure. Procrastination is comforting when you fear failure. Understand and accept that failure is not fatal. Obviously, don't go into the task with the mindset of failure, but realize that mistakes do happen. Accept it and rectify it. Next, excessive perfectionism. This will also cause procrastination by encouraging you to put off attempting a task until you think you can do it perfectly. Aim to do your best, accept that there is no such thing as a perfect job. Next, low energy level. If you want to be active and productive, but simply lack the physical energy to do, then you are probably suffering from low energy level. Work on developing a healthy lifestyle. And lack of focus means you probably have a lack of focus. If you frequently feel directionless or that you do not really have a purpose in life, set yourself some inspirational yet attainable goal and try to achieve it. Procrastination leads to squandered time. That is, you just fritter away time when it is with you, and it will make you realize about the unused opportunities and making you to give poor performance, resulting in self-criticism, casting low self-esteem, and end up with stress and depression. Some tips for overcoming or defeating procrastinations are: break the task into pieces. Just break down the big work into manageable small tasks. Take one step at a time. Do the difficult task first. Use Kaizen principle or 1 minute principle. Kaizen means continual improvement in doing job. Just practice doing something which you feel difficult for 1 minute each day at the same time. The Zeigarnik effect states that people remembered uncompleted or interrupted tasks better than completed tasks. For example, watching teleserials, playing mobile games, etc. If you think something is difficult for you to do, turn those difficult tasks into games and enjoy the task. And having done all these things, you should not forget to treat yourself for every successful accomplishment. I wish you all the best to make efficient use of time and achieve success and happiness in your life. Thank you.